All right, welcome to Google Sheets from physics. Just quickly, for students who haven't had as much experience with Google Sheets or have zero experience with Google Sheets, I wanted to insert a quick tutorial on how to create a data table and a graph. First of all, in this activity, I have given you a template for a data table. And in the activity, you are collecting data. And I believe the data is asking you to collect is um, for every. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. It's either for every second, go ahead and stop it, and how far did it go, or it's how far did it go, and then how much time has passed. But either way, your data table should eventually look like this, where it's running for about 5 seconds, and each second it's going 2 meters. So really, sneak peek, without collecting the data, I can fill in what the data is supposed to be. Okay, so because after second number one, it's going 2 meters per second, and then it's continuing to go 2 meters per second. So now it's going 4 meters per second. Or sorry, it's gone 4 meters in 2 seconds, and then for another second, it's now gone 6, and for another second, it's now gone 8, and for the fifth second, it's now gone 10. So you're just adding 2 meters for every second. Okay. So to create the graph, though, you are going to click and drag to highlight the entire data table. So that includes the titles and all of your numbers. Okay, and so I've kind of tried to tell you here, when you're ready to graph, highlight your entire data table. Then select the Insert Chart button. The Insert Chart button looks like a little bar graph. And then if you hover over it, it says Insert Chart. So if I click that, it's going to bring up a little pop-up window. Uh-oh. Actually, this is okay. Sorry. It automatically created a line graph for me because I've done this before. Yours, whoops, where is it at? Setup. Yours might have done something like this, okay? And it's not quite right because when the program first tries it out, it's trying to guess what kind of data you're trying to portray. So sometimes it gets it wrong. If it does a column chart or one of these other types of charts, you can just select a line chart by going from Setup, Chart Type, Line Chart. Once you select the line chart, you'll see that it creates a nice line graph for you. And this, since I'm here talking about it, is a mathematical expression of a linear pattern. And so that linear pattern refers to this straight line. Linear is this straight line. And it's continually going up at the same rate. And so that comes from you have a constant velocity. 2 meters per second was that constant velocity. But sticking to the data table, there's a couple mistakes. One, looking back at the slideshow, time is always supposed to be on the bottom. And so sometimes, again, this makes mistakes. So the first thing I want to do, I can go to the x-axis, which is your horizontal, and I don't want distance there. So I can click these little dots. I can click the title and select time. And so now you can see that my 1 through 5 seconds is time, but it didn't change the title. It's kind of annoying, but we can fix that. Okay, but now I have time and time, so that's weird. So then I want to make sure I select distance. So now you can see my distance numbers from 2 meters to 10 meters, and my time is on the bottom. And so then the next thing I want to do is go customize. and chart and axes titles. There it is. So when I select chart and axes titles, I can then customize the title. So this would be, oh, I should have thought about this. Linear patterns, time versus distance, and you might even say with constant velocity. Now, I don't expect you to come up with that on your own, but that's a decent title. Okay, and that's kind of what this lab was about and hoping to represent. The next thing, if I click this little drop-down menu, I can change the horizontal axis title and the vertical, or your X and your Y. So let's start with horizontal. The horizontal, again, is down here. And this should be my time with your units. Usually when you're presenting data, you want to include the units in your title there. So that would be seconds. And then your vertical axis. And I will change that to distance. And this will be in meters. So now I can see that I have distance in meters from 0 to 10 meters. And I have time in seconds from 0 to 5 seconds. I have a beautiful title. And that is my data and my graph. To just add this, since I have you here, if you are trying to add this back into the Go Formative, which I want you to do, I want you to take a picture of it. And to do that, it depends on what kind of computer you're on. But if you're on a Chromebook, I believe it's Control Shift and the window button. For my MacBook, it's Command Shift 4. But if I do that, you can now see that my cursor is almost this little kind of crosshairs. And this allows me then to click and drag, and you can kind of see that it's turning gray. And I'm actually taking a picture. So this is called a selective screenshot, or in some cases, a partial screenshot. And when I release my finger off the mouse, it will take a picture. And you can see I got a little preview of that picture down here. That picture now usually gets saved to your desktop or to a downloads or something like that. Then, again, now that we have a completed graph, I can go back into our linear patterns formative, and I can go into show your work. Of course, I accidentally already did this, but then you can go insert picture from your computer. And I just took this screenshot, so I'm going to open that and add image. And now you have put that into the formative. And so then I can see your data. So again, you collected data, you open this Google Sheet, and then we just took a picture to upload it into the formative. All right. Again, feel free to watch this back, and hopefully that helps you answer how to create a graph. And please let me know if you have any questions.